यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे। Gems from the Gita, the Varnas. The essence of chapter 4 of the Bhagavad Gita is the explanation of the Guru Sishya Parampara and the qualities required for a student and a teacher. This chapter also focuses on the truth behind the 4 Varnas in Hinduism as given in the Vedas, the classification of work and duties, and on the various sacrifices a person can perform as a human being to attain eternal knowledge. In this chapter, Krishna assures that he, that is God, will take birth again and again whenever injustice and unrighteousness is rampant in the world to protect and cleanse humanity. Krishna tells Arjuna that he is not the first person to listen to the song of God, the Gita. God himself had shared it with Surya, the sun god. And the Guru Shishya Parampara began when Surya shared the knowledge with his son and so on. But now that there is a break in the tradition of the enlightened Guru being able to pass on the knowledge to another discipline, God himself has taken this human form and is sharing this knowledge with Arjuna, who has all the qualities of a disciple. Whenever there is chaos and confusion, whenever evil overpowers the good amongst people, God keeps taking birth in various forms to give direction to people and to protect all, and will continue to do so till the end of time. Supreme knowledge is the faith that God is always with each one of us, residing within us, surrounding us with love. One only needs to realize this. And this realization can happen only when one surrenders to the Lord, the Supreme One. Krishnarpanam should be our life mantra, and one must believe and practice it in true spirit. It is not very difficult for a person to understand the importance of faith. Whenever we sit in an aeroplane, none of us know the pilot personally, nor are we aware of his credentials or training. Yet, we have faith in the airline company and in the pilot, so we board the flight to reach the destination. Similarly, when parents send their children to school, they have faith in the driver of the bus ferrying the children, faith in the teacher who is teaching the children, and faith in the entire education system. In the absence of such faith, no child would ever go to an institution called the school. In the same way, we must all realize the faith we have in the Creator of the universe, who has not only created us, but also will take full responsibility to protect us and ensure that whatever happens to us is for the best. Just as there is darkness and light, sunrise and sunset, winter and summer, life will be giving us its share of success and failures, joy and sorrow, parting and meeting. With utmost faith in the Lord, one learns to live a balanced life in every situation. In the later Vedic age, people have been classified into 4 categories: the Brahmins, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas, and the Shudras. In this chapter, Krishna explains that such classification is based on the proportionate mix of the Sattva, Rajasic, and Tamasic gunas present in every single individual. It is not actually based on birth, meaning being born into a particular family as it is often understood. The person with predominance of Sattvic guna is in a position to engage in transfer of knowledge to others and is considered a Brahmin due to the ability of self-realization. A Brahmin is advised to even follow a sattvic diet, that is, to avoid intoxicants and meat, to consume vegetables that grow above the soil. The explanation for this is consuming intoxicants, meat, and the vegetables which do not receive the energy from sunlight are said to be tamasic and hinder the progress of the Brahmin, whose purpose is to seek divine knowledge. The tamasic factors are said to induce different kinds of emotions in a person, namely anger, laziness, and sexual drive, which are detrimental in the quest of higher knowledge and greater wisdom. A Brahmin is supposed to live a simple life, devoid of flaunting of wealth and material things, which would still keep the person grounded and earthly and not elevated. The person who has a predominantly Rajasic guna is actually the Kshatriya, who craves for his or her personal power, but would also engage in doing good for the world and society because there is Sattvic guna also present in them. The king or queen consider their duty and responsibility to protect their subjects, but at the same time continue with their prospect to gather wealth and power in the external material world. But a Brahmin would choose to conquer one's internal world because they possess the wisdom that the external world is beyond their control. It is sad to see a decline of people who could be well placed into the Kshatriya Varna, mainly because of globalization and increased consumerism. Kshatriyas, who are supposed to be bold and expose themselves to the elements of nature, are now often seen in cushy, air-conditioned cubicles with ID cards strapped around their necks. Where there is an absolute dominance of the Rajasic guna, one only thinks of self-gain and material comforts and is satisfied only by what he or she receives. This person belongs to the Vaishya Varna, and all the merchants and businessmen would fall under this category. This also extends to anyone who undertakes any business with only the profit motive in mind and not the service motive. They are busy immersed in the pleasures of material life, much like the people who follow the Epicurean philosophy of life lived in extravagance. But without the Vaishyas, trade and commerce would not flourish in any kingdom or government, which is why they are often well respected and influential subjects or citizens. Persons who are said to undertake menial tasks, which have no purpose of further learning, who lead a life of ignorance, that is darkness, are said to possess tamasic qualities and fall under the Varna of Shudras. Gradually, this aspect of darkness also came to be associated with the color of the skin, and slowly the Varna system became extremely discriminatory, and its effects are seen even today. When the Orientalist of the British Raj started translating the Vedic text, they assigned the word caste for Varna, and it is this misconstruction that has made the Varna system the evil monster that it is today. A person would be identified with the Varna for the mix of qualities and thoughts which are present and not by the family that they are born into. If we go by that logic, it is not surprising to know that an IT employee born into a Brahmin family actually exhibits a tamasic lifestyle by working in a menial job of sitting in front of the computer and does not even associate with the activity of seeking knowledge, let alone imparting it. Thank you so much for listening to us. Feel free to comment in, like, and subscribe to our channel. Do reflect on the words. Thank you so much for listening to us.